So the important things I learned was how imperative it is we get out there to our patients that they know we're open, that they know it's okay to come for something trivial, that what they think's trivial is actually important, but they'll trivialise it because they think people have died. The importance of networking and knowing your community and knowing who's out there, who you can go to, what's happening, what happened at the school, what happened at the churches, that was really valuable, and we already had those networks anyway, so it just reinforced that. And staying here. That's our biggest learning.
I think we've learnt the value of teamwork. There's no doubt about it that this was not us practising in isolation. We were so connected to the wider secondary services in the hospital. There was a real trust that we would do what we could, and the cases we would send through to them would be those that they needed to manage. We learnt the value of being part of a wider organisation, the leadership that came from our board and senior management team, not on site here at Pegasus, enabled us to then focus on the things we could do, and we could issues that were required some further thought they could take up on our behalf behind the scenes. We learnt what an amazing staff we have. We had staff here who were here at the time, and therefore I think a number of us were saying, well, I hope someone's caring for our children. We didn't necessarily have that connection with our own families. And so the value of staff turning up. Some of the staff arrived who came on bikes because they couldn't get on their cars, and they had liquefaction up the back of their bikes, in their backs. And they had checked home, made sure that their families were safe, and then arrived to support us. So the value of a responsive team, well connected to the community, are the things that I've learned.
I think there are several things that happened to me. The first was my initial response crawling around houses to try and help find injured people. And I think it's a judgment call how much you put yourself at risk to help others. And I think that's an individual decision you'll make at the time. You can't predict how it'll be for you until you're in that situation. The second thing is to decide, are you better to stay put or head to a more centralised facility? It's very difficult to make these decisions when there's no ability to communicate. The one mode of communication that stayed open was texting, and so I think it's really important if you keep the text numbers of the GPs that work in the surgeries adjacent to yours, so you can text to see if they need any help, and also to text your family. It's really hard to think about the needs of those in front of you if you don't know if your own children and family are still alive. So texting, I think, is crucial. Making sure your family's okay, and making a decision where you're best going to be to help the greatest number of people.
One of the things that's been really important in a crisis is to remove funding as a barrier. And if you put that to one side, in fact, people do the right thing. And what was important for us in Canterbury is ensuring that our community had and continued to access primary care. And being able to remove funding, or the fear and concerns about funding, enabled general practice much more easily to change and modify what they were doing to meet the needs. As a District Health Board, we've worked out the funding subsequently, ensuring that no practice has actually suffered as a result of that.